So what it do to everybody on here? So my love life and career is in a parallel universe. So, ooh, um, I pretty much know what I'm gonna talk about on here. You know, me and Haley, barely been kind of like going through the motion. Not kind of. We have been basically, I'm gonna say, going through the motion. Um, and I do really care about Bailey. Like she do mean a lot to me. Like we keep 100 with y'all. Like bring this chair over here. Like Bailey, like Haley Bailey. She do mean a lot to me. Like she is one of the girls that I care about. Like we got a TV series together, and now we starting to film this movie together. So I'm gonna start it off with I'm on set, and we're gonna get to Nicki Minaj, trust me. So I'm on set with, Haley Bailey. Chloe Bailey was there, talking to her sister and stuff like that because of, like her album ain't do so good. And so she was talking to her sister. So before I went in there with Haley and told her how I really felt, because I've been thinking about Haley for a little while. I've been thinking about Haley Bailey for a while. Been kind of concerned about the decisions that she's been making and stuff like that. This girl got so much potential. So do Chloe. Chloe do too. Chloe has a lot of potential. But I feel like if I tell Chloe how I really feel, because I like both of the girls, like in sexual ways, you know what I'm saying? But Chloe, she makes really bad decisions. And I don't think she understands that. I think when she makes these decisions, she thinks she's doing the right thing. When she made the decision to do this sex scene in that TV series, she don't know that people are going to look at her. It was too early for her to make a decision like that in her career. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody's going to look at you the same if they're looking at you getting clapped on TV. You're not going to get a boyfriend that's going to be 100% faithful to you when they seeing you getting clapped on TV. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's mathematical math. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? All a nigga gonna want to do is fuck you like how they see you on a TV, series. That's all they gonna want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they envisioning when they looking at you. So I don't think Chloe make really good decisions when she is pretty much doing things for her career. I love Chloe. Like I love that girl to death. I really do. But at the same time, like I said, she doesn't make good decisions. But she the type of girl. She only listens to certain people that she feel like she needs to listen to. But I'm an A-list celebrity. Like I'm an A-list movie star and pop star. Why wouldn't you want to listen to me? But I feel like if I'm gonna waste my time talking to you, I'm not even gonna tell you how I feel. So I feel like with Chloe, it's gonna be a waste of time telling her. So anyway, Chloe talking to Bailey, she talking to Haley, and she's like, "What am I gonna do, Haley? Like everybody is roasting the shit out of me for only selling 10K. Like, what am I gonna do?" So Haley was like, "All right, you want my real opinion?" She was like, "Yeah." It's like, look, I'm your sister. You know, I'm not gonna steer you wrong, but you think this don't have anything to do with that show, with that sex scene? She's like, "You mean Swarm?" She's like, "Yeah, I mean, cause I don't think that was the right combination to me." She's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "To put out a show like that and then put out a movie called Praise This and then you like singing about God and all that. I just don't think that was like a really good combination for your fans. I think they're confused because if you're in a TV show like that and you got a really intimate, real sex scene, and then you do a movie called Praise This that's supposed to be church and godly, like I just don't think that it both mixed. So I feel like they were, and I'm saying this from a sister point of view. I'm not saying this to upset you, but I feel like they were very poorly decisions. She's like, "So what are you saying, that I shouldn't have did the sex scene?" She's like, "I think it was too early for you to do them because I can see if you were like really, really stable in your music career and you had like millions and millions, like a really big fan base, it wouldn't really hurt your, career as much because you would put out an album and it'd still go platinum, so because you got a really big ass huge fan base, it wouldn't really matter. But when you're trying to build a fan base, I just don't think that that was just the right decision to go. And I got your back. Even though I'm telling you this, even though I'm being real with you as a sister, because I'm not going to sit here and be your yes man and just tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to be real honest with you. I genuinely don't think that you should have put both of those projects out so soon like that. She's like, well, first of all, I don't control how any project come out. I just do it. Like I don't control, oh, you could put it out this time or you could put it out this month. I don't control that. The production company that I work with, they control that stuff. I don't control that. Like I can't control when they put out a show on Prime. I don't control when they put out a movie on Peacock. I don't own those companies, so I can't tell them when to put something out. So she was like, "Well, you shouldn't have made those decisions." I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. I feel like that is what hindered your album. I don't. It's not a bad album. I love the album, but I don't. I honestly, I honestly don't think that they're right. Like I just don't think, and I feel like this. Praise This came out at the right time in April. I think that was cool to bring it out in around the springtime. But I feel like Swarm, I don't think you should have did that sex scene. I think that is definitely what's hindering you from you really going to the top right now because that is all people are seeing when they look at you as you getting smashed on camera. And it's a real sex scene. So it's not like it's a fake sex scene and it's like somebody else's body and your face propped up on it. No, that is your body getting hit on camera. So how are you going to get a real boyfriend? You think somebody's really going to want to be your boyfriend after looking at something like that? They're only going to want to just have sex with you. All I'm saying to you, Chloe, is you really got to start thinking very smart about what you do. So she's like, not everybody can be the little mermaid. She's like, whoa, I'm your sister. I am not trying to like piss you off or anything. She's like, yeah, you know what, whatever. So she leaves. Now, this was the very first time that Chloe and Halle ever got into a beef. Like they never got into a beef before. Like these two never really argued before. This is the very first time that those two have ever argued. And so when I seen Chloe leave off the set all pissed the hell off and stuff, I knew something was wrong. So I go in there with Halle. Halle didn't look like she was bothered by the situation. She didn't look like she was bothered by it. I came in there with this little puppy that was like different colors and stuff. And she was like, who's this little puppy? I'm like, it's for you. Like, you bought me a puppy? I'm like, yeah, Halle, look, I gotta talk to you. Look, I'm still in love with you. She's like, what? I'm like, I love you. She's like, but I thought you was marrying a Disney star girl. What about that other girl, Ruthie and stuff? I'm like, yeah, they good girls and everything. I love them, but every time I wake up, like when I close my eyes, I think about you. You're the only girl I think about. I want to start a family with you. She's like, really? Oh, but what about DDG? I'm like, look, I know you're in love with that nigga, but I gotta be 100 with you. That nigga is a fucking goofball. I'm not even gonna lie. He's a fucking clown. I don't know why you girls fall in love with fucking clowns. I'm a fucking trillionaire. I'm worth trillions of dollars. You would never have to work a day in your life. But I would never take you around. I would never take you away from your music. If I was a YouTuber, I would never put you in any of my YouTube videos. Because that's how much I care about your career. When you start doing stuff like that, first of all, when DDG see you doing vlog videos, he should have stopped you right there and said, no, don't do that. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be real huge. I want you to be the next Beyonce. He just kept letting you fall deep into a hole. Because in his mind, he don't want you to be as big as him. I'm telling you, I know niggas like DDG. I have met niggas like this nigga. And he's selfish as shit. All he think about is himself. I'm just telling you the 100% truth. I know niggas like him. All the niggas that he hang around from his brother, all them niggas are goofballs. They all faggots. Ain't none of them about them silent. You put them around real fucking gorillas, and I guarantee you they'll fold the fuck up. None of them niggas been around the real hood. I don't care about no fucking Pontiac, none of that. They can never survive in the streets where I survived at. They never can survive there. I'm talking about where the real monster lives. The real monsters. These niggas can't survive there. They'll fucking fold and cry. There's no way that they'll survive a damn day in the hood where I stayed at. So I don't give a fuck about a Pontiac. I actually, you know what? I took a trip to Pontiac just to see how ghetto and hood it was. It wasn't all that hood. It wasn't all that gangster that they be trying to portray to everybody on YouTube. I'm from Pontiac. All this bullshit. Trying to make it seem like they're gangsters. These niggas are not gangsters. They faggots. You see what I'm saying? You take these niggas, I could take your boyfriend to the hood right now, where I came from. He'd be tucking his chain in and everything. These niggas are not real hood niggas, man. I don't care if this nigga buy a gun or not. He ain't gonna use that shit. A nigga can have a gun to act like they tough, but when the shit go down to it, do you really think he gonna use it? You really think he gonna use that shit? I'm just letting you know how niggas be trying to put on this image for everybody, like they from this or they just about that life. They're not about shit. These niggas are what they are. They gay niggas. I don't fuck with these niggas. That's why you don't see me, as famous as I am, being around male celebrities, because I don't trust these niggas like that. And if I do got a male celebrity friend, it's very limited. I don't just, oh, you my friend. Oh, you my friend. No, I don't do that bullshit like girls do that's famous. Every famous girl that they meet, they automatically friends with them. I don't do that shit. She's like, what about Zendaya? I'm like, Zendaya is marrying Tom. And I wish they stopped sending me fucking videos of Zendaya and Tom. I don't care about these two fucking, why they keep on sending me this shit? I don't want to see them too. Like, it's like they're trying to force me to look at the shit. She's like, yeah, I know what I get what you're saying. They've been sending me that shit too. I've been seeing it on my timeline too. I'm like, look, Halle, will you be my girlfriend again? So she's like, yes. So we start kissing, and I bent her over and started beating it up. Like, I was turning her ass up, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, that shit was so good. That shit was so good. I'm not gonna lie. I was turning her ass up, boy. And I was thinking about Halle a lot. Even though I wasn't talking about her in a lot of these episodes and stuff, I was thinking about her a lot. And I was missing her a lot. And I knew it was close to us, close to the time where we were about to start filming this movie. And I waited to this time to tell her how I feel. Sorry about that. I waited to this time to tell her how I really felt about her. But anyway, after we had sex and we were kissing and she seen a little puppy, she was like, I cannot believe you bought me this baby puppy. It is so pretty. Wait, did you spray paint this puppy? I'm like, no, that's real color. She's like, so this not gonna like rub off or anything? I'm like, no. It's like, these are my favorite colors. I'm like, I know that. It's like, oh my God, I really love you. Can I name it David? I'm like, you want to name the puppy after me? She's like, yeah, because I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend. I'm like, I love you, Halle. He's like, I love you too. So I remember we kissing and stuff. It's like, but wait, baby, what about DDG? What about him? Like, I'm still dating him. I'm like, I know you still his girl. So in a parallel universe, things are a little bit different. So what I mean, these are two alternate universes. So I'm not talking about the present universe, because when I tell you this episode, you're gonna be like, Halle is still with DDG, they're still dating. My life is in a parallel universe. I want to make that clear because a lot of y'all just don't be understanding that shit. I don't know how y'all don't understand it. I keep telling y'all I'm not a normal person. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you this shit. We got the same celebrities that's in your universe, okay? but they live different lives. They make different decisions. So everything I'm about to tell you is in the parallel universe. I just want to make that clear, very clear before I get deep into this, episode. So I remember she was like, "What about DDG? Like, I'm still with him." I'm like, "I know you love him, but do you love me?" She's like, "I do love you." I'm not gonna lie, like the spark hasn't really been there for us like it used to be. I'm like, and what do you mean? She's like, I can feel that he's been like sabotaging my career. I've really been feeling that way. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling that way for quite some time that he's been like sabotaging my shit because he doesn't want me to be as famous as him or as big as him. And I have been feeling like and trust me, I don't want to feel that fucking way about my own boyfriend, but I have been truly feeling that way about DDG. Like, I've been feeling that way. Like, I have been feeling that way for quite some time. I'm like, it's like, and we got the red carpet tonight of Little Mermaid. And if we are really a couple, will you go with me as my date? I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, I'm serious. I'm like, I love you. She's like, I love you too. So I'm kissing on her. I'm like, damn, I want to fuck you so bad. It's like, fuck me then. Fuck me. So I'm beating it up from the back. I'm like, oh shit, Haley's like, fuck me, David. Fuck me. Fuck me, David. Fuck me. So I'm beating it up or whatever. It was so good. I bust in her so, like, really, really hard. I was like, oh shit, Haley. She's like, ah. So I'm beating it up or whatever. It was so good. I was turning Haley ass up, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And Haley, she know how to talk dirty. She definitely know how to talk dirty. Um, and it wasn't my intentions to steal her from DDG. I didn't even tell her to break up with him. I didn't tell her what to do with him because that's totally up to Haley. If she want to still stay with him and all this stuff because I still have wives and stuff like that. So and girlfriends, so I would never just tell her to, break up with him. You know what I'm saying? That's her decision. If she want to stay with him and be with me, that's totally up to her. So I was like, look, baby, I'm not going to tell you what to do with, DDG, because I ain't that type of nigga. But as long as you my girl, it's like, I am your girl. I need some time to break up with him. I'm like, but what if he see me at the red carpet of Little Mermaid? She was like, I'll just tell him we're just friends. I mean, it's not like they're going to see us kissing and stuff. I'm like, okay. So you want to act like we're not dating? It's like, no, it's not like that. I'm like, so what do you mean? It's like, baby, we can hold hands. I just, I know you're married and you got a family and stuff and babies, so I don't want to like complicate things, honey. That's all. I'm like, all right, I get what you're saying. It's like, that David, I'm not ashamed of us dating or being a couple. That is far from my mind. I'm like, you promise? She's like, I promise. So it's like, and I'm going to take great care of this puppy, of baby David, because that's what I'm naming this puppy. I'm naming it David. I'm like, that's not creepy at all that you're naming that fucking dog after me. She's like, you think it's weird? She's like, you think it's weird, don't you? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do think it's a little bit strange, but I mean, I'm not gonna get too mad about it. She's like, I love you, David. I'm like, I love you too. So I remember we start filming, because this was like our first day on set, so we started filming and working on the movie, and it was so good. Like, we were having so much fun, me and Haley. And I remember Haley goes live on her Instagram, but she blocked DDG. Like, when she did something where DDG couldn't get on her live and really look at her on her Instagram live. I don't know what she actually did. She said she didn't really block him. She just did something. I don't know how you girls work this technology shit on your phone. I don't know, because I ain't good with that shit. But she did something where he couldn't like tune in and look at her, being on her Instagram live on the movie set. So we on there, we kissing, and I'm all over her. She's showing off her puppy I got her. And you know, my fans are not that damn surprised that me and Haley are back together because number one, we got a hit TV series on Disney Plus. In the parallel universe, let me make that clear, but we got a hit TV series on Disney Plus and and on Hulu. It's called Teen Doctor. They're the same series, but in different kind of forms. And on Hulu, it's more grown up on Hulu. Like it's more like X-rated on Hulu, and then on Disney Plus, it's a little bit. It's still it's for the teens, but you know at the same time, you still gotta remind yourself that kids looking at it too. But yeah, we got a really big show, and we gotta start working on that the next season for Teen Doctor. So we gonna be working together for a long time, you know. And so I don't think my fans was that surprised to see us, you know, in a relationship. So I remember I'm like, I want to see what my fans saying about us. She's like, you know what, I do too. I mean, I told him that. I mean, I definitely told him that we were dating. I'm like, you did? It's like, I said my boyfriend. You didn't hear me? I said I'm with my boyfriend, David. I'm like, oh yeah, you did say that. It's like, yeah. So we go on my website, and you know, my fans talking about it. They like, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, but is it me, or do I think that David and Haley will make some pretty ass babies? I really, really fucking truly think that them two will make some gorgeous ass babies. Because did y'all see David and fucking Jenna Ortega babies? They are fucking pretty as shit. And the babies he got with that girl Tanera. David makes some pretty ass babies. I don't care what nobody say. His dick makes some pretty ass babies. And David ain't ugly. So I don't know who the fuck a lot of y'all, a lot of these girls, well not a lot of these girls, but some girls been saying David ain't all that attractive. But and then I looked into y'all boyfriends and who the fuck y'all dating, and y'all shouldn't be talking because y'all boyfriends look dusty as shit. So it's like, how the fuck y'all gonna say David don't look good or he don't look attractive, but then y'all boyfriends look like shit? I mean, I'm just looking, I look right into y'all fucking boyfriends, and I'm seeing, because a lot of them got TikToks, and I go on their TikTok accounts and they post videos with their boyfriends, and their boyfriends look dirty as shit. So it's like, it's that math not adding up, girl. Because like, how the fuck you gonna talk about somebody that's really fucking successful, and your boyfriend ain't doing shit but probably sleeping on the couch, taking all your fucking money like a pimp? I just don't understand how girls can sit there and run their fucking mouth. Like, really? But anyway, David, Haley said that, because if y'all didn't catch it, when Haley went live on her Instagram live just now, an hour ago, she said, I'm with my boyfriend. She was talking about David. David was the only one in that live. So, and y'all don't know, they're filming a movie together, so y'all already know. And plus, the heat between them two been there for a while. They was dating before, but then Haley went back to DDG for some dumbass reason. She went back to that corny ass nigga. And if y'all want my opinion about DDG, I think he is lame as shit. I don't give a fuck because this ain't no YouTube video. He can't get this shit flagged or whatever like that. I truly think he's just a lame, corny ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I never see why the fuck Haley was dating that nigga. I think, it's my opinion, and a lot of girls feel the same way I feel. Like, I feel like DDG is hindering her fucking career. And I also feel like he doesn't really care about her career, because if you're going to throw a famous girl like that in your vlogs just to get views, that says a lot about your fucking character. And you know Haley is such a sweet ass girl. She's not gonna say shit. She just gonna go along with that shit because number one, that girl wants love. You know what I'm saying? She wants to be loved. But I'm gonna tell you, Haley, that ain't love, girl. That's not love at all, because a real man would never hinder your career. He would never do no shit like that. He would keep you out of the fucking cameras. He would keep you out of the videos. He wouldn't even talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Let alone put you in his, if a real YouTuber that really cared about you and wanted your career to flourish. This girl is the Little Mermaid. If y'all don't know, David is the new Spider-Man coming in June. So it's like, these two need to be together. David dating the Little Mermaid, and David is the new Spider-Man. I think that is kind of sexy as shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just really think David is really good, despite because a lot of y'all be saying David is a fucking player and stuff because he got wives. And let me tell you something, his wives ain't shit. They cheated on him multiple times. So stop making it seem like his wives is fucking saints. They are not saints. They not fucking angels. They are fucking hoes and they are fucking bitches too. So I'm just being real. They cheated on his ass multiple fucking times. They did, especially Jenna Ortega. So let's not even, don't let me get on fucking Jenna Ortega. So it's like, don't sit up here and try to make it seem, and David needs to have sex with a lot of girls. He has to have a lot of girlfriends because he has to build a new generation. David is not a normal person. That's why his sperm is not normal. That's why when you see his babies look as pretty as they look, they almost look like baby angels. You know why they look like that? Because David's sperm is not regular sperm. So it don't matter what girl, he can get an ugly girl pregnant and the babies will come out pretty. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. David has to create a generation. How the fuck is he gonna create a generation? He has to get multiple bitches pregnant. He has to fuck bitches to get them pregnant. He can't get the same girl pregnant every fucking, that's not, she gonna run out of fucking damn eggs. You see what I'm saying? It's literally impossible to have all them babies. I mean, the limit for a girl to have babies, probably like, she could probably have like 20 babies, not at all at once, but all together she can have about 20 babies. That's how many a girl can have, like if she's gonna have a lot of babies. Let's just be real. About 20. That's not a fucking generation. That's just like, that's like a football team and a basketball team together. That's it. But anyway, yeah, so I need y'all to stop talking about David, saying like, you know, because despite what the fuck all these other haters saying about David, David is real. I think he's good for Halle Bailey. I think he's truly good for that girl. And I think that Halle Bailey still had feelings for him because, you know, with the new projects that David had coming out, that's already out now, she has been supporting him. She's been 100% supporting him. So, you know, I feel like, you know, for them to do what they're doing, I think it's a good, and I don't think it's a PR stunt either, because both of them not into that shit. So I think that they genuine, like I said, those two got history together. So I feel like them two need to stop. Like, Halle, I need you to stop fighting with this shit. Stop running back to fucking DDG, sorry ass, and be with David, because David will show you the right fucking way. DDG will not. You keep hanging around DDG and they lame ass family because they ain't going nowhere. They are fucking YouTubers. They are YouTubers. And everything they do is for clicks and views and shit. Everything they do is for likes. And I ain't gonna lie, this is totally off the topic. I want to talk about some other things that's kind of totally off the topic. Because this is for Halle. This is for Halle. Because she's around that shit. She's in that environment. That girl, if any of y'all know, what's her name? What the fuck is that girl name? Brooklyn Frost, Deshay's sister. Now, Deshay, he's a fucking clown too. I don't like that nigga at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, he do too much for fucking views. Like, he just, you know, he really like annoys the shit out of me looking at his videos. He really do. His content is not funny. It's boring as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just do not see how the fuck y'all look at that shit and support that shit the way the fuck y'all do. Like, all of these fucking YouTubers and fucking people that go live, I don't know how y'all make them that famous. I don't understand this shit. I don't get it. I literally don't fucking get it. How can hundreds and thousands of people tune into somebody that's literally a fucking clown? Like, I just don't understand this shit. What is the world coming to? But anyway, the girl, Deshay Frost's sister, Brooklyn, she's obviously doing too much for fucking views. Her and her little circle thing she got going on with her boyfriend Jay. They was never really fucking broken up, y'all. They were always together. All of this shit was for fucking views and all this shit just to get they fucking, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's real sickening you know, to see people, the limits that they'll go through just to get a fucking click and like, you know what I'm saying? And her mother is also annoying the shit out of me too. And the way she's pimping her little daughter out, and she's a fucking little ass baby. And I feel like that is so sad that her mother is doing what the fuck she's doing. And she shouldn't be doing that shit. When you are a certain age, you should literally grow out of that shit of putting your daughter in videos or lying about somebody else being the mother of your child. Like, that is some weird ass shit. So the stuff that she's doing is definitely creepy as shit. And I don't even tune into her videos. Now, I mean, I looked in just to see what the fuck she was about. And that was enough for me. So when her videos get recommended on my timeline, I definitely let them know that I'm not interested in fucking YouTube. Can I make this clear? Can y'all stop recommending me her fucking videos? Or can y'all stop recommending me all of their videos? Because I'm not interested in none of their fucking videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not interested in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in they fake ass soap opera life. I'm not interested. They fucking lame-os. And that is just my fucking opinion. You see what I'm saying? And it draws back to Halle. Halle is around that shit. Halle is surrounded by these lame ass fucks. You know what I'm saying? And she's getting pulled into that shit. And she's thinking that it's okay, because if y'all didn't know, Halle is starting to do vlogs and shit. Halle, please don't go down that fucking platform. Don't do the same shit that your boyfriend is doing. Because I'm going to tell you something. It might have worked for his goofy ass, but it ain't going to work for you. I'm just being real with you. It might have worked for him and all that shit, but in his views ain't going that well either. He trying and doing whatever he can to get his views out. And is it me, or do he dress a little bit corny as shit? I don't like the way his ass dress. And he be thinking that people be hating on him, and ain't nobody hating on you. You just cannot fucking dress. I don't care how much the fucking outfit costs. That don't impress me. I can go to the thrift store and get something way better than that for $20. So it's like, I don't care if the shit costs $20,000 or $50,000. I don't give a fuck about your jewelry costing $100,000. That doesn't make your fucking outfit pop. Like, I don't give a shit. I can go to the fucking thrift store and buy jewelry for $15 and still look as better as you. Matter of fact, look at me. I look way better than him, and my outfit comes from the thrift store. So what I'm saying is, like, you be talking about niggas hating on you and my outfit costs this much. Your outfit still looks lame as shit, just as lame as your ass do. So I'm just being real, like, his ass can't dress. He's corny as shit. I feel like now he's trying too damn hard to be gangster on camera, and then he be, oh, I look better than your boyfriend and all that. DDG, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm not coming from a hateful place. And I'm entitled to my opinion, but I do not think DDG is attractive. I don't think he's all that attractive. I really don't. The only thing that make him kind of attractive is his fucking hair. But I just don't really, like, he is literally not my fucking type. And don't be like, oh, if DDG would have slid in your DMs, you would know. I wouldn't. Because a lot of damn celebrities try to slide in my DMs and I turn their ass down and I don't respond. So I ain't like one of these thirsty ass bitches that talk shit and then go around and do some other shit. I ain't like them. I'm totally fucking different. So anyway, my last topic that I wanted to talk about was Halle's sister, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Halle's sister, Chloe Bailey. This is for you, girl. I feel like you doing that Swarm show fucked your whole career up, because I don't think a lot of your fans wanted to see you getting clapped. You see what I'm saying? So I think that was too much of a damn early decision for you to do something like that. And then for you not to own up to it and say, you know, I fucked up, you know. But I feel like for Chloe, she's too damn proud in her career where she just can't really own up to that shit. You know what I'm saying? She feel like She can't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? And her team behind her should have been like, yeah, we should have never made that decision. You know, next time we'll think a lot harder on doing some shit like that. But I feel like bringing out two damn movie, like a movie and a TV series, because that's what's confusing me. Because you bring out a fucking show called Swarm that's about killing and shit, and you getting clapped in that, and then you bring out a fucking movie called Praise This. It just ain't mixing to. It's not mixing for me. It's and Chloe, you seem like a cool girl, a real sweet girl, and everything, and you can sing your ass off. But and I feel like Chloe being attached to Halle, that's also fucking up her career too, because Halle is dealing with that YouTuber shit, and I feel like they both of them not making good decisions. And that's just reality of it. They both are not making good decisions. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. So so Haley was looking at me. She's like, "Well, starting today, I'm gonna make a lot of good decisions." I'm like, "You promise?" Like, "I promise." I'm like, "I love you." Girls like, "I love you too." So I'm like, "You my girls like, but you gotta promise me." She's like, "You gotta promise me that we're all in." I'm like, "I gotta go to Nelly's party. It's like a sleepover party, but I'm gonna bring. We get to bring the kids, so I'm gonna bring. I gotta pick up me and Jenna Ortega kids. Would you come with me?" So like, I would love to come with you. Would you come to my red carpet? I'm like, "Yeah, we can go right after that, but I gotta pick the kids up after that." So like, "Okay, cool." I'm like, "I love you, girls." Like, "I love you too." So I'm beating it up or whatever. We went back to filming, and then after that, Haley had to go get ready for her red carpet for Little Mermaid. Now I had to meet her at her apartment, but I went to go get ready and stuff. And this is when I had to deal with Nicki Minaj. So I went to my apartment, and Nicki Minaj was sitting out there, and she get out the car. She's like, "David, damn boy, I was waiting for you for hours." I'm like, "What the hell?" I was like, "What the hell? Where was you at?" I'm like, "I was working. Like you should be doing." She's like, "God damn, you know how long I've been waiting out here? I got this from a reliable source that she was coming here." I'm like, "Who the fuck is telling you my damn business?" She's like, "David, it's not like I'm a damn sniper or something." I'm like, "Well, what do you want?" So she's like, "To talk to you, obviously." So I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Can we go in your damn apartment? It's hot as shit out here." So I'm like, "Nikki, don't you got air conditioning in your damn car?" She's like, "Yeah, I got air conditioning in my damn car." I'm like, "Then what the hell you mean?" She's like, "I stepped out of this fucking damn car and it's like a damn oven. It's roasting my damn body." So I'm like, "You shouldn't be having all that damn makeup." She's like, "What the hell that's supposed to mean? I look good without makeup." I'm like, "I didn't say your ass didn't." So she was like, "Can we talk business?" I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Now, there's rumors that you did not get your leading girl for this movie right here. And this is your movie, right? This under your company and you'll be starring in it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you do realize that all of my movies have real sex scenes in it. I must warn you in advance. And I don't do no stunt double shit." So she's like, "Okay, so you'll be having sex with me on camera. My man will be okay with that." I'm like, "You sure?" She's like, "As long as that check come in, he don't give a damn what I do." So I'm like, "You sure about this?" She's like, "I already talked to him about it. He already know about the sex scenes. He's fully aware of this shit. He already know where I'm at and everything. And I ain't doing nothing behind his back." I'm like, "You not?" She's like, "No." So I remember like Haley's calling my phone, and I'm like, "Give me a minute." She's like, "All right, I'm not going nowhere. Can I get something to drink?" I'm like, "Go ahead, Nikki." So I'm like, "Hello." She's like, "Hey, David, it's Haley. It's Haley." I'm like, "Hey, I miss you. I was thinking about you." She's like, "I was too." I'm like, "Send me some nude pictures." She's like, "What type of nude pictures?" I'm like, "I want you in your panties. The panties that you're gonna be wearing under your dress for the event." She's like, "Okay." I'm like, "I don't want you to have no bra on. I want them titties out." She's like, "All right." I'm like, "You gonna do that for me?" She's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Well, wait, who's gonna watch the puppy?" She's like, "I was thinking about taking the puppy with me." I mean, it's really pretty and it's so small. It's not like they'll really know that I have it. I'm like, "All right, yeah, you can take it with you." She's like, "Okay." "Pick me up. Will you pick me up?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll pick you up." She's like, "All right. I love you." I'm like, "I love you too, Haley. And if your boyfriend calls," it's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of him." I'm like, "All right, I love you." It's like, "I love you too." So I remember I get off the phone with Haley, And I'm actually really happy that I'm back with Haley because I mean, yeah, it kind of did hurt me when she went back to DDG. But I'm the type of dude that I act like stuff don't bother me, but in reality, it did bother me that she went back to him. You know what I'm saying? But she's such a sweet girl. Like I can't really stay mad at Haley, you know, because she's like the most sweetest girl you ever can meet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's something about Haley. Like Chloe is a really sweet girl too. They both real sweet girls. You know what I'm saying? And don't let Chloe don't let that girl fool you. Like she'll act tough, but I'm trying to tell y'all she like a really sweet little girl in the inside. You know what I'm saying? That's just the image she want to project to everybody that she don't care what nobody think. She do care. She do care. So anyway, I'm like, Nicki, what the fuck are you doing in my refrigerator? What are you making a gourmet meal? You pregnant again or something? So she's like, no, I'm just hungry. I ain't eat all damn day. I was in that car for like 5 hours. I'm like, and you ain't think to get nothing to eat? She's like, David, I ain't want to miss the opportunity of missing your ass. I was like, so you was staked out my fucking apartment. What if I didn't show the fuck up here? She's like, then I'd have been shit out of luck. Look, David, I'm like, you came all the way this way for this fucking movie? She's like, yes, because David, all of your movies are fucking hitting. And you the new damn Spider-Man that's gonna be coming out this summer. You the new Black Spider-Man. You know how much fucking press that's gonna get? I'm like, yeah, true. Okay, if I put you in this movie, what do I get out of this? If I put you in this movie and make you my leading girl, what do I get out of this, Nicki? She's like, what do you mean? I'm not like understanding. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you get out of this? I'm like, yeah, what do I get out of this? So she's like, I'm not understanding what the fuck you mean. I'm like, you don't get what I'm saying. It's like, no, like what? Do you want something out of this? Are you hinting towards something? Like, what are you actually saying? So I'm like, I want something in return. She's like what? I'm like, well, if I'm already gonna be beating that shit up on camera, you might as well let me beat it up right now. She's like, oh, you wanna fuck me right now? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, you ready? I'm like, right. That's like, you wanna fuck me right now, but your dick ain't hard. I'm like, oh no, my dick is hard. It's like, well, come on. So we go in the room and we had sex, and I tore her ass up. And the reason why I wanted to fuck her right away because that movie that she wanted to be in, we start filming in like 2 weeks. But I wanted her to get used to fucking me, because it's a couple of sex scenes in there and they very intimate. And I needed her to be like very comfortable with me put my dick in her. So that's, after we had sex, I told her why I wanted to have sex with her. She's like, David, that sounds like a smart ass reason why you wanted to fuck me. But if you just wanted to fuck me, all you have to say is that I just want to have sex with you. I'm like, all right, I did. That is part of the reason too. She's like, look, I like you too. What is the whole thing with you and Ice Spice? Y'all still dating? I'm like, well, I don't know what's going on with me and Ice Spice. Like, I still like her. We have been having a lot of sex and stuff, but not lately. She been kind of like performing a lot, going out of town and traveling and stuff. And I've been doing movies, releasing movies, new albums coming out and everything. She's like, so y'all basically not together. I'm like, I don't know. Did she say we were dating? She's like, she said that she was still your bitch. She did say that, but I don't truly believe it. So what if we start dating? Not as PR stunts or anything, but what if I become your girlfriend? Like under the radar. I'm like, what do you mean by that? She's like, okay. So what about tomorrow evening we go out on a date? Go to the movies, something like that. I'm like, I mean, okay. She's like, I heard that you going to this like sleepover thing with Nelly at his mansion. It's gonna be a couple of celebrities there. I mean, I can go. I can bring my son. You can bring your kids. We can be a couple there. I'm like, no, I'm already taking Haley with me. She's like, Haley Bailey? You think she dating that clown ass nigga DDG? I'm like, She is, but she my girl too. She was like, I mean, I could believe that. I mean, you fucked me and I'm married. Um, okay, so you bring in Haley. But don't you think that I would be a good look though if you bring me? I'm like, I mean, yeah, true. True. I mean, that would be true. But what if we go out on a date, we bring our kids? I bring my kids and you bring your son. She's like, okay, that'll work. So, okay, so you go into that shit tonight and what time is it over? I'm like, around like 4 in the afternoon tomorrow. So she's like, well, I'm like, it's actually a 2 day, event. So probably like, it's not gonna be over until not tomorrow, but the next day. She's like, so what the fuck y'all gonna be doing? I'm like, well, Nelly, he got a whole bunch of things planned, a whole bunch of shit planned of what we gonna be doing and stuff like that. So he got, and him and his wife. So, and some of his kids gonna be there as well. But he got a whole bunch of shit planned. She's like, okay, and Haley's gonna be there for the whole weekend. I'm like, it's not a weekend, but well, yeah, it's kind of the weekend. She's like, it is. It's Friday. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. She's like, so she gonna be there the whole weekend? I'm like, I never really asked her that. She's like, why don't you ask her? Because if she ain't gonna be there the whole damn weekend, I can come back. Like I can be there. I can come back with you Saturday evening instead of Haley, and then I can bring my son, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to Haley about that. I'm gonna see if she's gonna stay the whole weekend. She's like, but if she don't, can we still go out? I'm like, on Sunday? She's like, no, on Saturday. I'm like, I can't leave on Saturday. She's like, well, what about Sunday night, Sunday evening? I'm like, yeah, we can go definitely out Sunday evening. I promise. She's like, you promise? I'm like, I promise. She's like, you not gonna bullshit me? I'm like, I'm not. I can't believe you stayed in that car for 5 hours. She's like, David, I stayed in that hot ass car for 5 hours. I'm like, why didn't you turn on your AC? Don't you got air conditioning? She's like, why you keep asking me that? I'm like, because every car got air conditioning in it. And you got all that damn money. You worth millions of dollars. Don't tell me your air conditioner don't fucking work. She was like, it do work. I just don't know how to use it. I'm like, wait, you don't know how to use your own air conditioning in your car? It's like, David, you want to come look at my fucking car? It's too damn fancy. I don't know how to use mostly all that shit in there. I got a fucking driver, and my driver wasn't available. I had to drive that shit my damn self. I hardly knew how to use that shit, let alone turn on a fucking air conditioner. I ain't want to fucking touch the wrong button and end up on Mars or Jupiter or fucking on the moon. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, David, I was scared as shit to press buttons and shit. It's not like a regular fucking car where you automatically, oh, you know that this is the air conditioning because it say AC. I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to use that shit. My personal driver that usually drive me in this car knows how to use the shit. I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you said. She's like, yeah, so I came by myself. So it's not that you think that I would suffer. You think that I would fucking punish my own self if I knew how to use my own AC in my car? I'm like, it's like, it feels good as shit in here. It's so cool and cozy in here. I'm like, why don't you stay here? It's like, you want me to stay here? I mean, I can stay here. I'm like, yeah, I mean, and get into the role, like start reading, because we start filming like next week. So I need you to know all your lines. And plus, you're my girl now. It's like, well, I am your girl. I'm gonna call Ice Spice and see where she at with you. And even if she is saying that y'all serious, I'm still gonna date you. I'm like, you are? It's like, hell yeah, I like you a lot. I'm like, I like you too. But why don't you stay here? She's like, what? Wait, I need panties and shit. Like, I'm a fancy bitch. I can't wear the same thing. I'm like, why don't you look in that closet? So she look in the closet and she's like, oh my God, this is like the biggest walk-in closet I ever seen for females. So wait, is this all one size for a girl? I'm like, no, they all different sizes. So you can find anything in here from panties. It's like, God damn, how many bitches that you be having in here? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, David, to do some shit like this, you gotta be fucking, and you do fuck a lot of bitches. But what I'm saying is like, how many fucking girls do you bring here? Because to be prepared, like you are fully fucking prepared for this shit. I'm like, I'm always prepared. So she like, all right, so fuck it. Let's, okay, I'll stay. I'm like, you'll stay, so, but I gotta get my son. I'm like, you do? Say yes. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? I'll pick him up Sunday. I'm like, you sure? She's like, yeah, he'll be good with his father, for the weekend. Plus his father got some stuff planned anyway. So I'll pick him up Sunday. So I'm like, you good though? She's like, yeah, I'm good. I'll see you Sunday evening. You promise, right? I'm like, I promise. Like, you're not gonna forget that I'm here. I'm like, no, you're gonna send me some new photos. Like, yes. I'm like, wait, what about all that shit you was saying on that phone? She's like, what? I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about it. She's like, okay. So I'm like, look, I'll see you Sunday. It's like, all right. Well, I don't know if I should say I love you right away, but I'll see you Sunday. Wait. Can I still call you and stuff and text you? I'm like, yeah, of course. She's like, all right, have fun at Nelly's. I'm like, yeah, She's like, wait, so y'all developed a friendship during that movie? I'm like, yeah, Nelly was real cool. He was cool. He was like real funny and stuff on set. Yeah, he was real cool. She's like, well, let me find out he becoming your father in real life. I'm like, that nigga is definitely not coming my damn father. He's just my friend. And I'm a father in real life. She's like, yeah, you are. All right, okay, well, I'm like, wait, can you get pregnant again? She's like, yes. I'm like, so if I was to knock you up again, would you? She's like, what, keep the babies? I'm like, yes. I mean, yeah, would you? She's like, yeah, I would. I'm like, you would? She's like, yeah, I would. All right, well, go ahead, David, because the more you stay here, the more I'm going to want you to stay here. So go ahead and go and do whatever you got to do with that Haley girl. So I remember I had to park around the corner because DDG was at her house and he thought that he was going to the premiere. So he flew all the way down here to go with her to the premiere. And so I'm thinking like in my mind, I'm thinking like she gonna call me and tell me that I can't go. But I was so surprised when she told me, look, this what happened. So she knocks on the door and well, he knocks on the door. She opens the door. So he like, damn girl, you look good. Well, I'm already dressed. Come on, girl. I got the car, running, and I know we're not gonna be late. We're gonna be a little bit early. She's like, well, wait, what are you doing down here? So he's like, we going to to your little mermaid, your red carpet. So I'm vlogging too. So she's like, can you please turn that camera off? Not everything has to be a viral moment. So he was like, you ain't never say like anything like that to me before. She's like, well, I'm tired of you always having a camera around. I mean, like my career is not like for your fucking YouTube life. Can you like turn it off and you still have it on? Like, I know when you put the camera down, you still got the camera running. Can you turn it off, please? Like, damn. So he turned it off. She's like, put it in the car. I have to talk to you. Can you like put it in the car and stop like vlogging everything? So he puts the camera in the car. He comes back in the house. And she's like, look, DDG, I need some time to think. So he like, some time to think about what? She's like, I need some time to reflect. So he's like, is this about your sister Chloe? So she's like, it's about that, but it's about me as well too. I just really need some time to myself and to understand shit. So he's like, I flew all the way down here to support you. So she was like, I didn't ask you to do that. So he's like, so what are you saying? So she's like, I'm sorry, but you can't go. So he like, but I'm your boyfriend. So she's like, so this is a very important event for me. And I'm sorry, but you just can't go. Look, DDG, I'm gonna be real. I just don't think you're good for my career right now. Like you are really, I don't know, you're making me look bad. And then me being associated with you making my sister look bad as well. He's like, wait, how the fuck is my life fucking up your sister's life? I'm not fucking your sister. So how am I fucking up your sister's career? Her getting fucked on camera is fucking up her own career. That ain't my decision. I didn't tell her to fucking do that shit. So she was like, you know what? That is definitely part of the reason why her fucking album is not selling too well. But you're the reason too. He's like, and how the fuck am I the reason? So she's like, because if I'm her sister and I'm famous too. Everything that I do, every move that I make reflects my sister. If you don't know that, I think you should because you're famous too. So you should understand that. So I'm sorry, but I just need time to myself. So he's like, so you gonna make me get on this plane? Because if I get on this plane, I ain't talking to you. Don't fucking call me. I mean that shit. She's like, all right. Well, bye. So he left. He got in his car. He pulled off, and she called me. Now she kind of caught me crying and stuff because she still is in love with DDG, despite him being a fucking goofball. She is still in love with this nigga, despite that shit. So I come, I'm like, Haley, stop crying, baby. Do you want him to come back? It's like, no, no, no. I know deep in my heart I did the right thing. I know I did, David. It felt like I was doing the right thing. And David, as soon as he came here, he had his fucking camera in my face. I'm like, he did? It's like, yeah. I'm like, I love you. She's like, I love you too. I'm like, look, this is a very important night for you. She's like, yes, it is, David. And I want to share it with you. I'm like, well, come on, baby. He's like, okay, let me get the puppy. So she get the puppy and stuff. And everybody's like, they like in their minds, because a lot of people don't know if me and Haley is dating, like the paparazzi. They don't really know if me and Haley Bailey are dating and stuff like that. So we on our way, to the red carpet of her event, Little Mermaid. And I just remember, like, everybody's covering this shit. So these bloggers that do YouTube, you got a lot of bloggers that be on YouTube. They like, y'all know that actor, that big ass actor, that teenager. Well, y'all know the person that ain't normal, David. That everybody know who he is. That's like 16 every fucking year, like a fucking vampire. But anyway, David, the A-list actor and pop star, I think he's dating Haley because Haley and David are filming a movie together. I was on David's website. Haley went live on her Instagram live and said I was with my boyfriend. And David was the one that was in the Instagram live. Now, if y'all don't know, they got a TV series on Disney Plus and Hulu called Teen Doctor. They also filming a movie together. So I feel like they always had some heat between them two. They was dating at one point, but then Haley went back to DDG for some stupid ass reason. They started dating again. But now people are seeing David and Haley out together a lot more. He bought her a puppy. So let me be real, let me be clear. I truly think that David is good for Haley. I think Haley is good for David. I think because David is a good person, Haley is a sweet girl, and I hate when she's being taken advantage of. And I feel like if she's with DDG, he is definitely taking advantage of that girl. That's definitely my fucking opinion. I feel like he is definitely 100% taking advantage of that girl and her fucking fame. Because if you're a real person if he was really in love with her, number one, he would not be putting her on camera. Not the way the fuck he do and clickbaiting her the way he do. It's just no way that he be doing that shit. And the stuff that he do is lame as fuck. So it's like, not only is he lame as shit, but his brother Dub, he's lame as shit. Their mother is lame. Like, all of them are lame as shit. Because if y'all really look at all of their videos, they're all like fake drama soap opera videos. And they acting is so poorly done. Like, I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not totally I'm not totally with the whole. I'm not totally with Haley and DDG dating. I never supported that shit since day one. Since she announced that she was dating him, I always hated the fact that they were dating. I always thought that DDG was not the right man for her. I totally always thought that shit because he is the type of person that do shit for his fucking self. Everything he do is for his fucking self. He is selfish as shit. And when you look at him, you can tell he's selfish as shit. Everything he do. When he made that song for that fucking for his little nephew, I want to kill my dad. I want to kill my. He wrote that shit. Why the fuck would you write some shit like that for a little kid to say? You see what I'm saying? Then you got little kids running around saying that shit. So I'm telling you right now, everything he do is for his fucking self. He is too damn fucking selfish, and I get it. He might have made a way for his family to, get out of the hood and all this shit like that. I totally get it. But at the same time, you still lame as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. You lame as fuck and your brother's lame as fuck too. And your mother. All of y'all lame as fuck. Whoever is associated with DDG is lame as fuck. And that's just the truth. And don't let me get on the Frost family like Deshae and his mother. I feel like his mother needs some help. She do too many clickbait videos, and she too old for that shit. And she needs to stop pimping out her fucking daughter. That little girl, cause she a pretty little girl. She need to stop pimping out her little fucking daughter on fucking camera. The way the fuck she do, lying to everybody, talking about, oh, it's really Brooklyn's daughter and all this stuff. Like, girl, stop doing shit just to get views. Like, that is so fucking annoying. You too old for that shit, and I don't even want to look at that shit. I'm like, I always keep telling them I'm not interested, but then they keep on sending the fucking video on my timeline. Like, I don't want to look at the shit. So stop. I'm good. Like, I don't want to see it. I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got the damn comment, if you got the thing where you can say I'm not interested, and then you put you not interested, but then you go back on it and they still got that same video on your timeline, like, I literally just said I'm not interested. You must really want me to watch this shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, I'm not interested. I don't want to look at them lame ass fucking YouTubers. I haven't been looking at no YouTubers like that for a long ass time. They so lame. All of them. And it's not just them it's not just them that's lame. It's like every YouTuber now is just lame as shit. You know what I'm saying? All I look at now on YouTube is like, I look at like food videos, like people making food and eating and stuff like that, like mukbang videos, stuff like that, like real meaningful videos now, because I don't really like looking at people on YouTube doing vlogs, because 9 times out of 10, they not themselves. And, I feel like they trying to be other than themselves when they on camera. And I just ain't for that shit. I'm really not for that lame ass shit. And, I just feel like a lot of YouTubers, once they get the buzz on themselves, they start feeling themselves, they start becoming other than themselves. And it's just like, I'm just not into that shit. And all of them lame as shit. And they just don't go for DDG and his family or Deshae and his family. It's like all YouTubers now, all of these YouTubers, they all just lame as shit now. It's just like, I'm not really into that shit no more. So it's like, it's not really any good content on YouTube no more. Everything is bullshit. So I remember we get to the event, we get to the red carpet. I'm like, you got the puppy? He's like, yeah, baby, I got it. So I'm like, damn, you look so good, Haley. It's like, David, I can't wait for you to fuck me. I'm so horny. I'm like, you are. It's like, I'm so horny right now. I'm like, let's fuck in the bathroom. It's like, okay. So we go in the bathroom, I'm beating it up. I'm like, oh my God. Damn, Haley, look at that pussy. It's like, look at that pussy. It's like, ah. So I'm beating it up or whatever. I'm killing it. And I'm busting her or whatever. And I mean, she do definitely talk dirty to me. She's like, put that baby in me. Put that big ass nut in me, David. Yeah, that's right. Put that fucking baby in me. Oh my God. So I'm beating it up or whatever. And I came in her pretty hard. When we came out the bathroom, the interviewers and stuff, they were kind of like definitely vlogging this shit. Well, not vlogging it, but videotaping this shit as us like coming out the bathroom. So they're like, Haley, wow, so you brought David. Is this your date? She's like, yes, this is my date. So they're like, wait, is this your boyfriend? So she's like, look, I'm not talking about my love life on camera, but yes, he is my date. So they're like, okay, so this is a very big event for you. So, I mean, you got a big celebrity on your arm. Everybody's talking about him, David Sims. Y'all are doing a movie together. I heard y'all filming a movie together. So she's like, yes, we actually just started filming today. We always been friends. We do have a TV show together on Disney Plus and Hulu, Teen Doctor. So we'll be working on the next season pretty soon. So they're like, okay, all right. So the interviews actually went pretty good, So we took some pictures and stuff. Most of the time, I was pretty much having sex with her while the premiere was going on. She was like sitting on my lap, and my dick was inside of her, and I was like, it felt so good. I ain't gonna lie to you. So she didn't really get a chance to really look at the whole movie, but she said she had the DVD where we can just watch. Well, not the DVD. She said she had it on digital. So she had it where we can watch it digital, you know what I'm saying, if we really wanted to watch it. So it's not like I couldn't catch it or whatever like that, but we was really just all over each other, you know what I'm saying, mostly all the time. So we get back in the car. I'm on my way to pick up my daughters so we can go to this Nelly event at his mansion, right? And I'm like, I love you so much, Haley. He's like, I love you too. Oh my God. So I just remember everybody's like vlogging about it. My fans, they on my website. They're like, y'all, David was all over Halle at her premiere, her red carpet of Little Mermaid. Though there's video of them like all over each other, her sitting on his lap and everything. Like, oh my God. Like, look at this shit, y'all. I think they were fucking in a chair. Like, oh my God. It looked like his dick is inside of her, but the lights are cut off. I think his dick is in that girl. But anyway, yeah, they're definitely dating, y'all. They're definitely 100% dating. Like, David's dating this girl. So, I'm still dating the Disney star girl, but I don't want to be that type of person that, like, talk about the same celebrities every time I get on here and tell y'all stories. I think it kind of, I mean, it wouldn't get boring, but to me, I feel like it would. But anyway, DDG calls up Haley, and he was like, oh, so you wanted your space so you could date that A-list actor. I knew you always had a thing for him. So she's like, you know what? He was very respectful not to date me while we were dating. He actually backed off. Look, you know what, DDG? I told you I need my space. So he's like, so what? That's your new boyfriend now? She was like, yes, we're dating. We are. I'm his girlfriend, and you're going to find out anyway online that we're dating. But yes, I'm his girlfriend. So he's like, okay. All right, but don't come running back to me when things don't work out. She was like, I gotta go. So she hung up the phone. I'm like, can you block him? I know you love him, but can you block that nigga? It's like, I can block him. So she blocked him. This is in the parallel universe. We got two different universes. So if you go in the present, Haley might be still, well, not might be, she probably is still with DDG. You know what I'm saying? But this Haley actually broke up with DDG. She actually did something smart. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I go get my daughters with Jenna Ortego, and she was like, one of them is not feeling too good, but I still like, I'm checking I'm going to my nurses, my personal nurses. I'm like, is she okay to go with me? So she's like, yeah, just make sure you give her this medicine. She'll be fine. She got a little fever, but she'll be okay. So I'm like, you sure? She's like, yeah, she'll be okay. So I remember, I get the clothes and stuff. Tanera like, David. I'm like, yeah, baby. She's like, hey, I miss you. I'm like, I miss you too. Come here, bring your little thick ass over here. I can't bring you to this Nelly event. They be all looking at you. I don't like people looking at you. She's like, I know. And I don't want random faces in our baby faces. I do not like dirty hands touching our babies. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She's like, I miss you though. I'm like, I miss you too. I'll be back on Sunday. She's like, all right, I love you. I'm like, it's like, David, you didn't bring me back no food. You always bring me back food. I'm like, well, you ain't tell me what you want, baby. It's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We got food in here to cook. I can cook some. It's food in the refrigerator. I'm like, it's a lot of food here. It's like, I know, we good. I'm good. But when you come back Sunday, you better bring me some food. I'm like, I am, Tanera. I'm gonna bring you a lot of food. She's like, what about that dick? I'm like, what's like, you got some time to give me some dick right now before you leave? Dick your wife down just for an hour or two. So I had sex with my wife, Tanera, tore her ass up a couple of times. And, Haley was like, baby, you was gone for like 3 whole hours. Like, what was going on? I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I was having sex with my wife, Tanera. It's like, oh, okay. I'm like, one of my daughters is like, she got a little fever. It's like, which one? I'm like, this one right here. It's like, oh, she's not feeling good. I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh. So she's like, I'm gonna sit back here with the babies. I'm like, okay. So she sit back there with the babies, and we go to this Nelly event. And Nelly, he opens the door. He like, what up, son? I'm like, what's going on, Nelly? He was like, what up? Oh, Haley. Oh, you got your daughters? Okay. All right. Which ones are these? Is this the one with the Tanera girl or the one with Jenna Ortega? I'm like, it's the one with Jenna Ortega. He's like, yeah, I can tell they light as shit. I'm like, he's like, yeah, but they look exactly like you. Like, they got your features all over their face. I'm like, they my daughters, but they ain't supposed to have their daddy features. So he's like, God damn, they look like their daddy. So I remember I'm like, so what room is me and Haley gonna be standing in with my daughters? So they, the maid was taking us to our rooms and stuff, and Nelly was talking to one of these rappers, and they was like, wait, did he just come in here with Haley? Haley Bailey? They dating? So Nelly like, if they dating, that's their, business. That don't got nothing to do with us. I mean, what you gonna tell DDG? You gonna tell DDG that Haley Bailey came with David? That girl is a grown ass woman. She can do whatever she want. She ain't no little girl. That's not her fucking father. So he like, yeah, you right. He was like, yeah, if they smashing, that's between them two. So all I remember is I'm kissing on, Haley. And I'm like, damn, I love you, girl. It's like, I love you too. So I'm like, damn, you so thick. It's like, oh, David. I'm like, yeah, I want to fuck you so bad. It's like, well, what about the babies? I'm like, they gonna be good. Let me fuck you in this bathroom real quick. It's like, all right. So I remember Nelly is coming to the door, but when he walked in, he kind of like heard me fucking her in the bathroom. So he walked out. He was like, where David and Haley and stuff? Where they at? He's like, yo, they in the room fucking right now. So he's like, so he is fucking her. He's like, yo, yeah, I guess that's his girl. So what the fuck? I mean, like, we all fucking the girls we with. So what's the problem? Look, if you working for DDG, if you like an informant for DDG, then go call his ass. But he better not show his ass to this fucking door, because we ain't letting this lame ass in here. So if you working for him, you can fucking leave, nigga. Like, you seem like you really concerned about this shit. Ain't nobody else saying nothing. You the only one talking. So he's like, yo, Nelly, all I'm just saying, he's like, yo, we don't know what's going on with Haley and DDG. We don't know what the circumstances is. I'm not in their business. I don't want to fucking know. But I'm telling you, if he came in with her, then obviously they dating. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. All this being all in their business, why he fucking her? It's none of your business. He obviously fucking her. So we gotta wait till David done dicking her ass down. So we come downstairs or whatever like that. And the dude, this was, all right, y'all. Busta Rhymes, I'm cool with Busta Rhymes. So it wasn't Busta Rhymes that was saying this shit. It was, what the fuck? What rapper was this shit? Oh, it was Roddy Ricch. It was Roddy Ricch. No, it wasn't Roddy Ricch. It was Future. It was the rapper Future. That was the nigga that kept on like talking to Nelly and shit. And Future, when he seen me and Haley come downstairs, we left the babies upstairs because they was like, we fed them and they was tired and sleeping and So Future, the rapper Future sees, no, it wasn't Future. I'm sorry, y'all, it wasn't Future. It was Future. Lil Uzi was there too. Lil Uzi was there, but he wasn't really saying too much. Like he actually was pretty cool about it. So Lil Uzi come over to me like, "Yo, David, I'm fucking with you, nigga. You the man, nigga. You the man." I usually say this shit to fuck with niggas, but yo, you really fucking lit out here in these streets, nigga. You litter than me, and I don't usually say that about nobody, nigga. You litter than me, nigga. You flyer than me. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, no, I'm serious though. I'm real shit though. Cause I always say that shit to everybody, but I just be fucking around with them. But you, nigga, I'm really honored to be in your fucking presence right now, yo. Cause you be hard to get in contact with. I'm like, yo, he's like, you hard as shit to get in contact with. Like, for real, my nigga. So I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, like on real shit. So I remember Nicki Nicki ends up showing up to, she ends up showing up to the house, and Nelly opened the door. So she was like, "Look, I don't want to come in. I just want to speak to David." So he like, "Nicki, what the fuck are you doing here?" So she was like, "Can I speak to David? I know he brought that Halle girl, so I don't want to start no scene. Can you just tell him to come outside for a minute?" So he like, "Yeah, hold on." So he was like, "Yo, David." He whispered in my ear. He was like, "Yo, David, like Nicki outside." I'm like, "She is?" He was like, "Yeah." So I go outside to talk to Nicki. I'm like, "Nicki, what are you doing here?" So she was like, "I just wanted to see you." I'm like, go back to the apartment, baby." She's like, "I am. I just wanted to see you, and I wanted you to fuck me." I'm so wet. I'm so horny. I'm like, "You fiending for this dick so bad? You want me to beat it up?" It's like, "Yes. Can you please dick me down for an hour? And I'll go back. And I promise you, I won't come back until, I won't see you until Sunday. And I'll send you all the pictures you want and videos, everything. Please." So I did end up beating it up or whatever. She ended up leaving. And when I got back in there, um, I can tell that Haley just, she ran over to me like in my arms. Like she literally like leaped in my arms. I'm like, "What's wrong, baby?" She's like, "Nothing, baby. Can we go upstairs?" I'm like, did somebody try to rape you or something?" She's like, "No, it's just Future is starting to rub me the wrong way. He just keeps saying really negative things and just making me feel uncomfortable." So I'm like, okay. She's like, "And then he keep looking at my body." So I'm like, "Future?" She's like, "Yes, he keeps staring at me." So I'm like, okay. So Future was like, "Damn, girl, you got a fat ass. So you ain't with DDG no more. You can let me get up in that pussy now." So she's like, "Okay, that's enough. Nelly, I'm not trying to mess up your event or anything, but can I please?" He was like, "Go ahead, girl. I ain't gonna stop you. Everybody else been popping off at the mouth." So she was like, "Thank you, Nelly. Future, you're way out of line with this shit. Okay, I'm David's girl. I'm not giving you any pussy. Okay, so stop looking at me and sizing me up. I'm not attracted or interested in your fucking weirdo ass." Okay, he's like, "Who the fuck you calling a weirdo?" So I'm like, "Yo, Future, I don't think you want this shit, man." He's like, "Man, you better go sit your little ass down, man. I'm talking to your bitch." So I'm like, "Yo, I'm really not for this shit right now." Now, Kodak Black was there. Kodak Black was there. He was sitting down with his girl, but Kodak Black, he was just looking around, but he was smiling like real hard. So I'm like, "Yo, I'm telling you, yo, you really don't want this you don't want this type of problem." So he like, "Yo, I'm gonna say this shit to you one more time. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Matter of fact, take it." He was like grabbing Haley. He was like, "Man, come on, bring your ass upstairs. You gonna give me some pussy." So I think he was on some fucking drugs. So I remember I had my gun on me, took my gun out, and I shot his ass 2 times. And then I started pistol whipping him. I started beating the shit out this nigga. And the ambulance had to get this nigga out. Nelly, he did not stop his event because first of all, Future was totally out of line. When Kodak Black seen that shit, he was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So he was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. Future was asking for that shit. He was being out of line though." I'm like, yo, was this nigga on drugs or something? Like, the fuck is wrong with this nigga? So Nelly was like, yo, I don't know, yo. I didn't think he was gonna be that way. He never usually that way. I don't know what the fuck got into his ass. So I'm like, well, now some bullets got into his ass because the fuck is he doing grabbing on my girl? So he's like, yo, I'm sorry, yo, I ain't mean, yo, Haley, you good? So she's like, yeah, I'm okay. So me and Haley, we all over each other. I'm like, I would never let anything happen to you, girls. Like, I love you, David. I'm like, so Nelly, what's up, man? What you got planned? He was like, yo, this ain't gonna fuck up the evening, even though that was one little hiccup, but I think everybody else gonna be cool. We cool? So everybody was like, yeah, we good. So that whole night was pretty good after that whole little incident with Future. After he left the party, everybody else was having a good time. We were all having fun and geeking and stuff. It was like it never really happened. We went upstairs in the room, me and Haley. I'm like, I love you, girls. Like, I love you too. I'm like, Haley, look, we know each other. I don't need to wait longer to ask you this, but will you marry me? It's like, yes, I will marry you. And I gave her a ring, and she accepted the ring. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, so you know what this means? Like, it means we're getting married. I'm like, yeah, we are. And you mean the world to me. It's like, you mean the world to me too. So I told her I was definitely going to put some babies in her. So she's like, you probably already got me pregnant. So she's like, I'm probably already pregnant. I mean, all those times you just nutted in me, David, and they was some serious nuts. I'm like, yeah, they was. She was like, I love you, David, for real. I'm like, I love you too. So I remember after we were done, like having sex and cuddling and kissing, I asked her about Chloe. Because I wanted to know why she was so mad at her. I didn't know why she was storming out the trailer, the way she was and stuff like that. And so I remember she was telling me what happened. So she was like, well, I told Chloe that she don't make good decisions. And that's probably why her album is not doing as well as it should do or as it should have done on the market. And I told her doing that sex scene in that TV series, I think it kind of hindered her career and she just didn't want to hear it from me. But I feel like as her sister, as her twin sister, I feel like I'm obligated to tell her the truth. Like, I don't want to be that girl or that person in her life to be her yes man. Because I feel like when celebrities have a whole bunch of yes men around them, yes, like saying yes to everything and don't really tell you shit, like be real with you, I feel like that also hinders your career because when you got people that's not being honest to you about shit, you can never really grow as an artist or actor or just as a human being. So I wanted to be her sister and tell her the real fucking truth. Tell her that I feel like it was too early in her career for her to do that type of sex scene. Like, I was really surprised seeing that shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was surprised. My mom was surprised. My dad was surprised. My brother, like, we were all surprised looking at it like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were definitely surprised seeing that shit. And it kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, I know how people gonna view her after seeing this shit, and I know a lot of people like, well, she's just acting. No, a lot of people just saying that because they want to jerk their dicks to her. You know what I'm saying? They want to make excuses for my sister or she's getting a paycheck. No, I don't think that was the right decision. I really don't think. I think they exploiting my fucking sister. I think they're using her and her sex appeal, and I think people can easily get in my sister head because she's a really nice girl. So it's like if you say the right shit to my sister, she'll fall in love with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how my sister is, and she's just so sweet. She's like me, but I actually think before I actually do shit, and I know for sure that I definitely wouldn't I wouldn't want to do something like that, getting clapped on camera, like because especially if you're in a relationship, I feel like your man is not gonna want to see you fucking somebody on camera. Like, you feel me? I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, so it's like I totally just I don't know. But I told her the truth, and she definitely wasn't hearing that shit. And she got mad at me, and she kind of stormed out the trailer. But then she called me and apologized and stuff. And she was crying, and she was like, "You're right, you're right. I have been making poor decisions." And she's the type of girl that she will actually think about it after you tell her off and stuff like that. And I felt like she just needed time to, blow off that steam. And she called back and she was like, "You right. I have been making poor decisions, and I think that sex scene did definitely fuck up my career." And she was like, "I'm just never gonna do anything like that again." And because I feel like I told her like bringing out two projects like that, and I know she doesn't have the power to tell a network to when to put out shit. She doesn't have the power to tell them when to put out stuff. So I mean, I get that, but it's like for these two networks to put out projects almost like at the same time, like they putting out just the swarm shit and that the month that they put it out, and then in April they put out praise this, and I just feel like her fans were getting mixed signals about what the fuck to accept. Like, okay, are you accepting God or are you getting fucked? Like, which one is it? Because I get it. It's all acting. At the end of the day, it's all acting. Everything is, and I totally understand that. But at the same time, I feel like she should have just stuck with praise this, and that would have kind of like helped her with her album sales a lot more. And I also feel like she should have just let the movie come out first, and then brought the album out, because people would have been looking for her music a lot more once that movie came out. But I'm not her marketing team, so I can't really like tell her what to do. But I mean, hopefully she just, grow from this, grow from her mistakes. And I'm always going to be there for her. She's my sister, and, I care about her. And she knows that. So that's why she called me and apologized, because she knew I wasn't saying it to like be mean to her. I was telling her from you get what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, I understand. So I remember me and Haley Bailey had a lot of sex. I tore her ass up, boy. I was fucking her all night. I ain't gonna lie to you. And we fed the babies and looked at TV. We looked at Family Ties together. She ended up loving that show, Family Ties. She ended up loving Family Ties a lot. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Um, yeah, deuces. Oh, and another thing, you know what? No, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. So yeah, deuces. So